boy Big Bootsie, man. Had to come up here and do a little quick reaction to Al Prophet. To his Rich Porter and Alpo-The Truth, Harlem, Never Told. I guess he's telling some of this story through a cat named DJ from the Bronx. He said he's from the Bronx, or by the way, Harlem also. I think some people in the comments call him Sunkiss or whatever. A few things is going on inside of the story that I wanted to react and clear a few things, because we got to keep Harlem history the way it's supposed to go. And everybody got their own little stories here and there. I get it. But, you know, if you was there, you was there. If you wasn't, you wasn't. It is what it is. I'm not saying nobody that's talking in this episode or podcast or this episode of Al Prophet's podcast wasn't there. I'm just saying. They got Cavario in there. That's the homie. A lot of people talking junk about Cavario in the comments and all that, but you know, that's personal business. I don't know nothing about none of that. But I do want to get into one thing. I got somebody that sponsored my podcast, and I wanted to show her some love. She showed me some love. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. Her name is Dora. I'm gonna put it in the description too. It's Dora Harris, DoraHarris 5959 on Instagram. Dora Harris 59 on Instagram. I want y'all to check it out. But she gave me this nice gift bag with a lot of stuff in it. A lot of I guess we'll take some of this stuff out, man. Let y'all see. Y'all might want to go and check some of it out. Right here, some nice, and it's all handmade, man. It's all handmade. It's on Midsummer Night. Cocoa butter. Y'all gotta spread love with it. Gotta spread love with it, man. Y'all go up there and check it out. Dora Harris 5959, man. Y'all go hit up in her inbox. This a nice candle. All this handmade, man. People is crafty like this, man. This is who we need to spend our money with. Hit her in her DM and she gonna let y'all know where to get it from. Well, that good fella, L Bliss, what up, what up, what up? We can get into some of this Harlem stuff real quick. I'll show y'all some of this stuff though, but this how the box looks. Some real crafty, man. We gotta buy black, man, and support our black people, man. I don't know, but she gave me something else. I think this is like a cologne. And her prices is affordable, man. Nice and affordable, man. Yeah, this here's a nice cologne. Come in a nice gift bag and all that, but the boxes also come in the box and all that. But y'all gotta check this out. Don't forget Dora 59 Dora Harris Harris 5959, man. On Instagram. Y'all into the candles, homemade stuff with the real ingredients. Not that stuff gonna be breaking you out and all that. She said she wanted to sponsor my podcast because she like what I do. I keep it raw. And she be noticing I have a lot of real people that come up here and speak on my platform as far as my audience is concerned. So, you know, it's one hand wash the other out here, man. Let me see what else she got in here. Oh, hold up. Okay, some soap. That's hard right there. What's the name of this one? It's called Blue. Y'all can see the name and all that. That's official. I rocks with that. I gotta see the house shell and all that. Can't be wearing nothing too girl. Can't be bathing in nothing too girly. It's another candle. Y'all seen the other one. There's some chill fellas, you know what, you chilling with your lady late night and all that. Have your room smelling good. Throw the 2 candles on. And ladies, y'all know how it go. Y'all have your candles lit when your dude coming through. And these are some oils. She gave me 2 of these joints. So yeah. Dora, D-O-R-A Harris, 5959 on Instagram. Now I want to get into something. I got to get into something real quick with y'all. I know they keep saying, everybody keep bringing up this Rich Porter, AZ stuff. I just told somebody this the other day. One thing about Harlem history or New York history, it's always gonna be relevant. It's just like the mob movies. Everybody love to see the mob movies and hear the history. I've been seeing people on the A&E channel the other day said, every time y'all play this, I love watching it again and again. It's very interesting how they moved, how they did things. It's the same thing with this Harlem stuff. But, you know, they don't go in on those mob stories of why do y'all play this all the time? Why y'all got to keep talking about that? Because it's negative. You know, all of the above. But you got to understand this. This type of stuff will show the youth each and every time they hear this stuff. There's a different story in it each and every time, and a different message as well, to be honest. So, you know, you got to get out of it what you can. Oh, yeah, and I got my joint on, so y'all will know it's the Rich Porter joint. The red joint say Rich Porter on it, if y'all can see. This is a clothing line that is made. So that's why I wear this jacket a lot, reminisce about my bro. This is my good luck jacket, man, when y'all see this on. Some people got their hats they throw on. Some people, I don't know, smoke a special cigar or something. I keep my brother, keep the jacket on and all that. Come on, man. So I wanted to get into some of this stuff because I just seen it come across the timeline, one day ago, y'all. But I can tell this is an old joint. It's old. This is, and they going into Branson's. I guess Cavario wanted to show Al Prophet, and they got the dude driving. He's from Detroit. Big shout out to Detroit. Got my Detroit people out there. Big love and big respect for Detroit, man. So he got him. I guess they was going in the Branson store. Well, if anybody know Branson, well, it was his juice bar. That juice bar been closed for a little minute now. So this got to be old footage that I guess Al Prophet had and never put up. So he must wanted to put it up. So we're going to react to some of this, man. We're going to react to some of this. And it ain't even that long. But I want to, you know, kind of dissect a few things with it. I'm going to let y'all check it out as we go along.
Whose death are we talking about? Rich Porter. Sean Mo's family was out there, was popping bottles. Yvette Lisa and them, they was popping bottles, saying fuck Rich.
It was beefed up.
Rich, you know, the word is Rich got Sean Mo killed right at the garage, right up the block, right down the hill.
What was Rich's general? What did people think about him in general?
Some people, it was mixed. Some people thought he was arrogant. Some people thought he was really cool. He was lavishly coordinated, always luxuriously plush, ostentatiously divine individual. Personality-wise, people had their own,
You think being down is such a kind
I like how he put that. Lavishly plush, put together, something divine. I like the way he put that together, man. I like the way he worded that. But one thing I know about Rich, I don't know in that incident, but a lot of people try to make him to be when you mention his name or you mention Alpo name, they're gonna say, well, y'all know Rich wasn't no saint either, man. And he did things he did monstrous things too and all that. Eastside Chemo, what up though? Yeah, my Detroit in the building. So yeah, but I'm gonna give y'all a quick breakdown about Rich. One thing I knew about Rich, personally, definitely, he was never no troublemaker. He was never no monster while people trying to make things out or conceive him to be. One thing about him, he always looked out for everybody. Some people might have took advantage of it. Some people took kindness for weakness, should I say. And that's a fact. And the only reason why I'm up here reacting to this right here is because I don't want people to get things misconstrued about the history and about his character. And I ain't saying that because that's somebody that was my boy. My homie was his lieutenant. But I still was just cool with the family regardless. But I know him as a person. I did certain things with him certain times and all that, hung out, we played ball all the time. But he ain't never was one of them people like, let's go get Adam, let's go get this. Like I told the story when A got hit up in the Bronx and all that, and they wanted to get the mother. Rich Porter was like, nah, that lady ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And one thing I do know about him, if anybody he ever had something done to somebody did something wrong. And I can't say for everybody. I'm just speaking about what I know about him. So I don't want nobody to take nothing personal for what I'm saying because I don't know. But mostly when something happens to somebody, loved ones, they always gonna look at the other person to be, the bad guy out of the situation. And they forget what their child or loved one been doing out there in the mean streets. It never fails. It never fails, man. For real. Lamar Green, what he said, hold on. Feli said, Rich didn't F with Preacher, so I don't know or got nothing to say, but I'm sure Rich had the good sides and his sides and bad sides. That's a fact. That's everybody. They trying to run with that Rich was a monster because Poe tried to paint that narrative right when he was saying it, saying Rich had his thorns too for getting DB bro hit. Yeah, and see, the stories or the rumors I heard about DB, they said Rich always was looking out for DB, giving him clothes, um, letting him stay up in certain places, making sure he was straight, and DB would do certain things, and he always tried to tell DB to chill. And And those was the stories. So I can't say how true it is, but Rich is not gonna hurt nobody for nothing. That wasn't even his MO. And that picture everybody listening to Alpo paint with that, he was a monster too, because he wanted everybody to look at things in his favor because of him resurfacing back to the streets again. But we're gonna finish listening to a little bit.
First away, he the legend. Would it be the legend?
Yeah, he was still, yeah, he was still legendary.
Still, okay, that's it, okay.
Well, so he really did have a big impact for his few years.
Hell yeah, Harlem, yeah, he was a monster around here. All around Harlem. Yeah, he was a monster, man. He was getting money, real flashy, you know.
Between him and Alpo was...
That's the part right there I'm saying. He's saying he was a monster. There ain't nowhere in the world that's true. Never a monster, unless he meaning it in a good way. Well, Rich definitely wasn't soft at all. But he was never no monster. He's not hurting nobody for nothing. Or because you looked at him wrong, you know, or why you bumped me, or unless you disrespecting him. That's the only way that's going to happen. Feel I speak, said, remember was you F with Preacher. You don't make decisions no more. Preacher might have had Rich press DB. Nah, Preacher ain't making nobody, he not gonna make him press nothing. It ain't work that way. That's a fact. But we gonna finish listening.
One more the leader, or were they peers?
No, they was they were partners. I mean, Al used to hit Al. When I was in DC, he used to hit Al with bricks and stuff.
That's another wrong one. Him and Al was never no partners. Never. When Rich came home from that little unaliving thing he had supposed to have got locked up for, he ran into Fritz, started getting them things from Fritz. A was already making moves with Alpo while Rich was gone. And A didn't care too much about all the little loud things that Poe was doing in the rooftop, bringing the screen projector in there, showing him jaying girls, showing him jaying other niggas' girls and all that. A wasn't with none of that. Yeah, I think he meant it in a good way too, Eastside Chemo. And then after that, you know, Poe started swinging Rich way because Rich was cool with him already anyway. And he told him he had the DC movement, and Rich started touching him with the birds. That's why I'm saying that story about him getting work and didn't tell Poe about it, that don't even make sense. Rich was the dude with the birds that hit everybody, Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, VA, whatever, hitting Poe with whatever he was doing. And we're going to finish dissecting the guy DJ. I think they said his name is Sunkiss 2 or whatever. Lamar Green said Richard Poe wasn't partners. Poe was a worker, got units on consignment from Rich. Facts. But he wasn't a worker neither, so we can't say that. When a man give you work, you got to pay for it. So it's just the same as you buying it from him and you got your own business. So if he give it to you on consignment, you your own man, you go with your own team, but you got to pay that tab. So he don't work for him. He was giving him alley-oop to make moves. Feli said, remember Poe said Preacher took care of some bodies for Rich. Rich was working for Preacher, connected dots, the nephew and the uncle. See, that's when, you know, Poe was saying anything to pull in Rich to have a bad outlook on Rich. For real, for real. And, you know, maybe I can't dispute that Preacher might have did some things for Rich or whatever. I don't know on that part. I'm just saying, if he even had Preacher do something for, you know, for him, it's because somebody violated. And he ain't never been that type of dude. He always was the laid back, cool. He don't even want no attention. He don't even want no problems. But, you know, in that world, if you don't show a guy that you ain't playing, then everybody else going to try and play with you. And he was getting too much money to even let people keep sliding with certain things. Because nothing was sweet about him. Nothing. He didn't even hang out on the rooftop. He used to go home 8 o'clock at night to Jersey. Anybody that know Rich knows that's the fact. But we're going to finish listening to what he's saying.
Like that. In the beginning, Richard got him down with A, and then A started to put him down the street with called the jukebox. He was working inside, just selling coke for A, and then eventually he started to manage it.
That's wrong. Right there is wrong. I'm gonna let y'all hear this one more time. What he just said, that Alpo started working in the jukebox for A. Lamar Green said, "Feel speaks. Rich never worked for no preacher. That's a fact. He paid preacher to do 2 jobs. That's it." Those is facts. He ain't never worked for no preacher. That's impossible. But we're gonna listen to what he just said.
A started to put him down the street with called the jukebox. He was working inside, just selling coke for A, and then eventually he started to manage it, and then eventually he took it over.
Why do I know that?
See, they got the wrong guy telling this story, because that ain't never nowhere true. He said, hold on. Fila said, Lamar Green, appreciate the real info. Thank you. See, I like people that give people their props when they give it. He didn't take offense to, like, man, I know what I'm talking about. Yo, I respect that, Fila. For real. And you, Lamar Green. That's how real men move. For real. James said, I meant to say not towards you, Bootsie. No doubt. I get it. So he just said that Poe was down with A, and he was working the jukebox, which is the game room that AZ opened up. And Poe was inside of the jukebox selling coke for A. That never happened in life. Alpo was never selling no coke when A used to be in my building. 723 St. Nicholas is where he first started. Well, he first started in the cleaners. And when he started in the cleaners is when he graduated and moved to my building. Had his cousin Darren out there and hustling for him. And then he had a few other people out there. He had a few other people. He started building his crew then. That building was doing thousands and thousands every day. Could do $1,000 in 5 minutes. Anyway, after a while, Gangsta Lou Moms had a store down there, and A wanted to rent the store. Well, Gangsta Lou Mom had a store in the store next door, which was empty, and A grabbed that store, and that's what he turned into the game room and put the jukebox in there so he could play music and play the games all at the same time. And Lou Moms had the store like right next door. As soon as you come out, make a left, make another left, you right into the next store. Could have knocked the wall down and created a, one store if you wanted to. But when it opened, A had his cousin Darren and them down there. Had Jason, God bless the dead. Had Travis, God bless the dead, working in there. Jason was the lieutenant for regulating that spot. A met Jason when they was the Shack crew down from 118th Street. A met Jason, and Jason got down with A, and he was regulating the jukebox for A. That's who was regulating the jukebox. Alpo used to come around here and there, but he never always really frequented the store. Then A brother Kevin was working in there. I was working in there. It was never no Alpo. Never. Epic Eric said he saw that Alpo joint. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of dots with that Alpo stuff, Fila. That's a fact. But that wasn't true. That never ever happened about him being up in, him working up in there. So, no disrespect to DJ or his name DJ or some kids from the Bronx. He just might have got a little bit of information off. I get it. And no disrespect to our prophet. I'm just reacting to this just to give the correct info. And y'all hit our prophet up, tell him he want to know some real good stuff. He can holler at his boy Big Bootsie. He can holler at me. We can holler at my brother Jay Black. I got Jay Black, which was lieutenant, which was Rich Porter lieutenant, that passed them things out for real and and was doing all the movement for Rich Porter. That's a fact. Lamar said, "Feel I speaks not really. Rich paid him to take care. Two situations. Rich Uncle Apple was tied in with Preacher, and him and Malik were the ones who snatched Darnell. That's a fact. That was their idea. But Preacher got the blame for it because his name was just big for being the demon that he was back then. Even with Apple and the nephew, that's all Preacher and Rich. BS, no, it was all Apple bull crap. All apples, not Rich or Preacher. But Preacher gets the flack for it because of who he is. And I guess once Apple did the BS, Preacher was around him, that's his man, and that's probably how all that took place. Nah, Preacher didn't co-sign that. That was Apple's doing. And he figured he can get away with it. And that was foul because that's his sister, that's his nephew. And he knew when he was going to school in the morning, and that's why it was easy to happen that way. That's a fact, James. It was Apple. Let's finish listening to old buddy.
Box, that was almost
down the hill. Be right down the hill.
like 145.
145th Street on the
And so yeah.
Oh, we're at 147 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
just off of 7th Avenue.
Mind you, yeah, it's 145th, 7th and 8th. Mind you, right here is 147th. My building is, you walk from there, right there where AZ started the saga, 723. Is right there, 146, that's 147, 146, we on this side, is where it began. Branson store is right here where they parked at, waiting to go in Branson. So yeah. Lamar said Preacher had no idea till they did it. Even told they gave Darnell back Apple, convinced Preacher they could get $500K from Rich. Facts. That's a fact. Lamar know what he talking about. Fila said that's some of the nastiest work ever recorded in modern hood history. Facts. RP, peace, Darnell. That's a fact, man. That's the little bro, man. It's the little bro used to always run to the car. What's up, Bootsie? What's up, Bootsie? Man, give me $5. Give me $10. Because he knew we was family, so he already knew. Everybody that know Rich Porter, you know that's the little bro. Look out for the little bro, man. God bless him, man. Let's finish listening.
Oh, yeah, it's the notorious hill.
That was a spot, yeah.
Oh,
It's
is
like
this
a famous spot.
This Sugar Hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact.
What was when the Paid in Full movie came out? Is that what invigorated people's interest, or he was always a topic? He was that memorable.
He was always popular. He was prestigious. He was always enamored, and people was in awe of him. And it never died. The legend just grew bigger. You know, it was all kind of rumors like he had AIDS in jail and he was this, that, and that. Yeah, you know, people always had, even when he was.
They talking about Alpo, the rumors of Alpo had the AIDS in jail and all that. I remember that rumor, but nobody never knew it to be true. Ain't nobody knew where he was at, to be honest. What part, what jail he was in, none of that.
He came on in 2015, but even before then, people were talking about Alpo sightings. I used to laugh at that. You know? Yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, he was really popular. When Paid in Full came and amplified it a little bit, it wasn't really the full script what happened, but it was basically loosely, you know.
Loosely.
Yeah.
And he was able to. What was it like when he got out? He was moving around freely.
Yes, sir. We was riding around. He was all in motorcycles, all up all the avenues. And one day me, him, and a young lady went to.
Fila said, damn, you knew Darnell? That's crazy. That's a big fact. That's my little brother. Yeah, we back. Lamar said Paul always left out when Rich gave him $100K to go get some work, and Poe told Rich, the Dominican jumped out the window on him with the money. And Poe was a big stake. I remember that story. That's a fact. But we're gonna finish listening.
Well, a cookout, and I ain't had no pistol on me, and he said I was like kind of like, you know, not nervous, but like a little concerned, like, yo, we gonna be around a bunch of old school hardcore Harlem niggas who did 50, 20 years and hardcore principles and morals and street code, motherfucking rusty, dusty, motherfucking Frankensteins of the streets.
All right.
And so I'm thinking, oh God, we gonna have to fight or something. He said, watch. We pulls over, we get out there. These motherfuckers literally lining up to give him hugs. And these hugs wasn't 4-second hugs. They were 30-second, 40-second hugs, rocking back and forth. Niggas, all the niggas with all the judicial street principles and all that, man. Like, motherfuckers loved him.
But if he was making money with people, you know, people have to be real about it. If he was eating with people, when push comes to shove, they may not agree with what you did, but if we've been eating together for a long time,
and he didn't harm anybody,
then it'd be what it be.
He didn't rat on.
I don't care what it is, man. Ain't nobody gonna make me be hugging and loving. Now, if you see a person that, you know, like I ran into Poe, I was outside of that Callis joint, and he seen me, and the dude y'all seen hugging came and told me, yo, man, Poe wanna holler at you, man. I'm like, who? He said, Poe. You know, Alpo. I'm look up, it was Poe outside by the car. I'm like, oh, all right. Tell him I'll come through. I said, tell him I'll come holler at him. I go over there, holler at him. He said, yeah, man, you still look good, man. I said, yeah, ain't gonna have no other kind of weight, man. Ain't nothing changing. He put his hand out, gave him a pound, and I walked off. That's it. Ain't no talking long and all that. Like what he was just saying, that sound crazy. People was hugging for 30 minutes and all that. Maybe, I guess, man. Let me see. Bila said, damn, you Harlem Hustlers was playing with 100K, like 180s. Yep, at 16 years old. That's mind-blowing to me to this day. The Harlem Hustler is well-renowned. That's a fact. And that was being rolled with in the car and all that. We gonna finish hearing what homie saying.
Nobody from Harlem.
Nah,
that was in the movie. Was that real? He told the feds, I'm not telling on nobody from Harlem.
He didn't spat on nobody from Harlem. And only time people were mad because of the street. He ratted and stuff like that. But a lot of motherfuckers ratted up and down these avenues. For sure. They were disappointed at him, but no one was steaming mad. The only people that's a little steaming mad are the people who loved Richard, and them motherfuckers ain't even approach and do nothing. You know?
Now, one thing about what I don't like about this part, when he said, yeah, but he ain't rat on nobody in Harlem. At the end of the day, ratting on anybody anywhere is whack. It's whack. Anywhere. So it don't matter if he didn't rat on nobody in Harlem. We ain't respecting that, period. And if somebody see him, give him a pound, whatever, keep it moving, it is what it is. If you run by somebody and you know. I'm not hustling with no dude. I don't care how much money I was getting with him back then. And he coming to get me tomorrow. We getting up together, putting plans together to get money and all that. I'm not hustling with him. It's not gonna happen. And he right. It's a bunch of dudes up and down that's rats and all that. Yep, Rich was hitting Black Just was about 20 to 30 of them things. That's a fact. All day long. That's how I got tight with Just. Him coming around all the time. But not getting with a dude to do all of that. And then he's saying people that was probably mad at Poe was rich family or people. The dudes that was running with Rich, he was locked up, changed their lives, ain't even around no more, or not even here no more. Now we had a dude named Mike Boogie that owned a bar up top. He got an afro. Mike Boogie used to stay fly, be with Samuel all the time back in the days. And he had a club. Poe tried to come in his lounge. And he told Poe, you ain't welcome in here. And Poe respected it and walked off. So everybody wasn't going for none of that Poe stuff. Now the ones that did it, and supposed to have morals, y'all must have thought they had morals. Or however it may go. But it's a lot of real dudes wasn't playing none of that with Poe. And it's a lot of real names that y'all been hearing floating around here that Poe wouldn't have never been playing with. They just sit in the cut. They mind their business. And they don't even be all over these social medias unless they promote something good. But trust and believe, whoever was doing that, that's on them. But that ain't the whole Harlem. So this is what I be trying to say to people. Don't be always talking about all the Harlem dudes. You know how many dudes you have to count if you say all the Harlem dudes? Ain't nobody even gonna be trying to beef and go to war with nobody that ratted before. For what? When he already showed you, or she already showed you who they are. Why would you be out there? Look at James J said, Doo-Wop would not go for it. I ain't even gotta say no names. I'm gonna let my audience say the names. And that's a fact. That's one name ain't nothing to play with. It's a whole bunch of other names that ain't playing none of that. Period. So when y'all speak, y'all and people try to speak on Harlem, speak all the real names first, and then you worry about the people that was shaking hands with Poe and didn't care, or they chasing they want some attention, so he's the closest thing to give them some attention. Because other than that, there's a bunch of names. Lamar Green said, Poe knew not to play with doo-wop. That's a big fact. A lot of people know not to play with him. If you do, you better be on ready and on 1,000. That's a big fact. Sonny Block, oh, peace. Epic Eric said doo-wop was on the internet the other day. Man, that's 100. But one thing I can say, since he been home, you know, he been chilling, he been hearing good things. He been pushing his documentaries, all the above. But anybody that know him know that he wasn't nothing to play with. People change their lives. Now, don't poke the bear. I could say that. Because men still have their morals. Don't play with me. Yeah, you playing that doo-wop stuff. Yeah, you better do your research out there. Definitely most highly respected. Epic Eric said he has a documentary coming out soon. Yeah, I've been hearing about it supposedly. They did some stuff on him, but they probably gonna get more in depth with the new one that's coming. Lamar Green said he knew not to play with Rich too. That's why he snaked him like that. And that's a fact. That's what I'm telling people. Rich wasn't nothing to play with. You had to snake him for that to happen. And there's no way in the world that Rich got some work from somebody and could think that he can hide it, even if it wasn't Poe, could have been anybody. Why wouldn't I tell you what I got from another dude if it was for me and you? How I'm going to act like I'm going to give you something knowing that you could even easily go over there and talk to the dude and find out that he gave me something for me and you. That don't even make sense at all. Period. But ain't nobody, ain't none of rich people was around. So that story right there don't even make sense. Let's finish.
Saying so, okay. No one approached him. He would approach other motherfuckers that he heard was talking shit.
Oh, he would.
He would make them take pictures.
Oh, wow.
With him.
And I heard that story about he made people take pictures with him. But I don't really know how true that is. Because I ain't really, that could have been a rumor just because people wanted to take pictures on their own. And it's like he made them take pictures. Like, I don't know how true that is. Some people just like what they like, man. And they forget the fact that what the dude stand for when he come home. Facts. Lamar said the only thing I don't agree with doo-wop about him putting in his book that Rich stole LA stash. That was cap. See, one thing about doo-wop, LA and all of them, they was tight. All of them was tight. All three of them was tight. And Rich was the little brother to LA. And that's how he learned the hustle game, through LA. So, you never know what might have happened. Rich being the little brother might have stole something or something. anything's possible when it comes from a certified source like doo-wop. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it's true, but I'm just saying. LA was definitely the big dog. Lamar Green said Poe made that story up, and Juan should have been came out and put an end to that story. Juan so low key, man, he don't even want to be involved with none of that, man. He always been like that. Since we was little kids, well, you know, you're a little older than me, but I'm just saying I was a little kid compared to that. Now, Alpo ain't replaced LA. It's just that's somebody Rich took a liking to, and he knew him before A. He was the one that definitely asked A to look out for him while he was locked up. LA was the first. That's a fact. Definitely was the first. But we can't say what happened amongst them as little homies growing up together. Let's finish.
So he was still aggressive.
Super. And he had a pistol on him.
Oh,
At
yeah.
all times.
Sometimes he was carrying two.
Were the feds pretty hands off, or they weren't bothering him? They were letting them do.
He did what he wanted. When he would,
The feds don't care about
when
niggas.
he would leave Maine, he'd come around and you know, motorcycle and trucks and he'd hold people Benzes and stuff like that. And,
Oh, people let them drive and take cars.
On the list of important niggas on.
I ain't never really heard Poe for having a burner on him, but maybe homie might know something that we don't know. I don't know. But once you is down with them boys, the feds, you come home, you always gonna have to work for them if they ever need you for something. So never know, they might allow a dude to roll around like that. But if they ain't know that he had it on him, then ain't no need for them to pull him and bother him. At the end of the day, once he come home, I guess he do have constitutional rights. But a real felon would kind of be nervous to have a thing on him rolling in New York. The way New York jump out on you for no reason, because they always is looking for burners. But anything possible when a nigga know he did wrong and now he home, he might knew he had to have that thing on him. But I know all the real rights wasn't not doing none of that. Do I base the rich? The rich had to take the stash because he said after LA died, Rich popped up with cars, but Rich had the BMW when LA was alive. So I guess you're saying that might be speculation or his opinion, but they saying why he doing all that when homie died, but now he got this or got that. I can dig it. But still in all, when you in certain places, you know people, certain things just don't be right. So, you know, anything possible with those things. Those are really brothers that was together back then, man. Let's finish listening.
The feds list, I assure you, he ain't in the top 2,000. Not 1,000 or 500. So I'm just a call for real, for real. That shit they was doing with these couple bricks don't count. The white folks ain't worried about that shit. That's nigga fame shit, nigga. For real, for real.
Those are the facts.
That's for real, for real.
Were
He's
you,
worrying about motherfuckers getting metric tons on demand. Man, I hit my man with 7 bricks.
Right.
That's shit for you. That's shit for Tubi, man.
That's a lie. That ain't. I know my boy's name Cuckoo. God bless the dead. The feds sent an informant on him. Same building, 723, except for he had next door, and he had the Spanish dudes to come doing the drop top and all that. AZ put my boy Cuckoo on, was hitting him with work. He got his spot jumping. Then he started making moves. He met this Connect. The Connect was a fucking fed. Excuse me, YouTube. He was a fed for 3 birds all the way back then. Lamar Green said, yeah, I'm saying it's speculation, facts. I got you. I feel what you're saying. On doo-wop in, because even LA Girl said Rich was looking out and sending money up until Rich died. Now, I get what you're saying. But homie saying that the feds back then, they ain't in the top 5. They ain't in none of that. The feds ain't worried about nobody giving somebody 7 birds and all that. Well, he ain't understand Rich Porter was giving Poe 100, just 30, 40. He was dumping them off. And even if he wasn't, when you flashy out there, you get money, and especially if people start getting unalived, the feds coming for you. So you don't have to have no tons and none of that. But they sent somebody in on my boy Cuckoo for 3. He made 3 sales to this person, and he caught his Fed bid. And that's a fact. Edward Everett said, waiting in Detroit was different politics. It gotta be, because they wasn't worried about no metro tons. They was coming to get you if you popping. And if they could send one of they if they could send one of their undercovers in, they coming in. They coming to get at you. And that's a fact. And that doesn't happen. Too many people went down in the feds back then. For one joint, depending on what it's about.
I mean, I'm just, we gonna talk, let's talk. But it's cool because, I mean, on the block, if you eat 7, you can answer like that. Man, I'm telling you, there's a phenomenon going on in the world right now, brother.
Were you surprised when supposedly he was coming out of an after hours or something?
Coming out of my cousin's spot, I just showed you, legends.
Man, that boy,
coming out of there.
dude, I know this. That boy Troy Reed,
I showed the other day with what you call
was
it?
interviewing him
With
2 weeks
I said Gusto's in there. That's
like,
what
I'm like, my man, couldn't too many people be too mad.
With new toasted pizza sandwiches, your lunch break is about to get
Hold on,
saucy
y'all.
in like a totally safe for work way.
But yeah, man. I just, had to let Al Prophet know you need to holler at your boy Big Bootsie. I give you real Harlem history, man. Y'all hit Al up, let him know what we doing in real life. But a lot of the things homie was saying, but he ain't all the way there, man. He ain't all the way there. I had to react to this one.
When he
was doing YouTube posts 2 weeks after he came home. That boy Troy Reed was flossing. He had on nice fur coats and shit. I was like, well, my. Yeah. So I was like, I'm with him on that. It ain't like he was out here hiding.
Totally.
Definitely wasn't hiding, but what my thing was with Pope, these young boys gonna want to get a rep. I always was saying that. I'm like, yo, why is he out? Mad big dogs that's from the streets. My older OGs was like, yo, why is he still out, man? I mean, it's like he's saying it is what it is, like as if he wanted to be unalived and he didn't care. If it happened, it happened. It don't, it don't. I'm gonna be out here doing what I like to do until it happens. If it don't happen, I'm gonna still be out here doing what I do. And that's the thing. Something like that, people gonna want to get a rep off of you. Period. So the little homie that did, they said he beat the case, he came home. So that's why they trying to say he's still alive, but he ain't. It's impossible he's alive. He got cremated. I know that for a fact. My homie was dealing with his cousin, had her on the phone, on three-way. On our speakerphone, and she was saying, he asked her, what you doing? She said, we all getting together, the family, we on our way to Alberto's cremation. And that's how I know that that's a fact. Now, for her to have to make this story up to my boy, I don't know why, what that would be about, but she ain't had no reason to. They tried to say DB family threw a party and popped champagne when Rich passed. Never heard that. But they were saying another dude, somebody named Mo something, at the beginning of this. They didn't say DB. They said Mo, some other dude. But one thing I know about Rich, like I said, he ain't never bothered nobody, did nothing to nobody, didn't do something to him. And that's just what all of us know that know Rich. Stuck with and run with. That's just the bottom line to that. So, anybody else might know something that I don't know. I can't stand on it. But I just know Rich as character is what I'm speaking on. On my behalf of knowing Rich Porter. He never did nothing but always try to help people, always making sure everybody got work. There's been time people wasn't paying. I remember I was on my block one day, 146 St. Nicholas. He come up the hill with a list looking for people. Yo, you seen so-and-so? Yo, you seen so-and-so? No, I got my list. Yo, all these dudes owe me money. Tell them I'm looking for them. He said, you owe me some money? I said, nah, I ain't on your list. He started laughing. But tell so-and-so, so-and-so, I don't want to say names because they still outside. But they know they are. He was looking for them with a list. But, yeah. I just wanted to react to some of this and break a few things down because we're not going to change Harlem history. We're not going to make nobody look crazy. My boy was not like that. He was a good dude, man. He was a good dude. He wasn't no monster. But he was nothing to play with. If it was a problem, he going to deal with the problem. That's all I'm saying. That's just a fact. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all share this, man. Y'all hit up our property. Tell them holler at your boy Big Bootsie. I give him this Harlem history, man. Harlem, you see the Richard Porter. This the collection. We about to come out with some more of these jackets and shirts and all that in honor of my boy, man. So y'all hit me up on my Instagram, man. The Real Big Bootsie, BOOTSIE. Hit me in the DMs. Y'all want to order some joints. I'm about to put them together. And don't forget to hit my sponsor up, my homegirl, Dora Harris at 5959 on IG. DORA Harris. 5959, man. For real. Yeah, he said only Poe and Miss T tried painting Rich in a bad light. Facts. And we ain't having that. Somebody said Bootsie Unique was shook of Poe. I don't know how people got he was shook of Poe and he the one went and got Poe and wanted him to do the interview. Who would want to do that? Salute, Eli. What part of you thought he was shook for? What would he be shook for? He was just trying to prove a point to show y'all the good side of where he come from and let Poe speak about the bad side of where he came from, which Poe called it doing what he need to do for him. That's what he was showing. He ain't fearing no man. And ain't nobody getting into no beef with nobody that told something. There's no problem with it. There's no need to get into a beef with nobody. So, you know, all that stuff is what people be just talking on the internet, man. One thing about Unique, he ain't never been scared of nothing, and he was a wild boy in his time. Don't let the little how he acting now fool you. I done seen him in action plenty times. I can give y'all some stories of that dude alone up here on this internet. I might start doing that, man. Give some unique stories, man. Higher Mind said the whole interview, he said, you a clown. Unique clown. I love it, man. I ain't even gonna erase you from off here. I'm gonna let you talk dumb. But we be outside though. In real life. We be outside. In the hood. That's a fact. So you know, you use a dick in the mouth rider is what you are. Cause if you don't understand fear, if you ain't never see fear, I mean you don't know nothing you talking about because you ain't see fear, period. In that interview. That's a fact. So yeah, you got my Instagram. I just said it. Hit my DM, brother. That's what you do. And do your research. This real Harlem for real. Ain't nothing never been clowns out here, boy. I don't care nothing about no pole life. Period. You better check my resume, clown. And I'm only entertaining you because it's interesting to me. You better check my resume about who I was, boy. Straight like that. That's how I know you don't know who you're talking to. Period. Go check my Queen's Flip interview, sucker. When Poe was alive, I said on Queen's Flip, they asked me why you think he killed Reels Porter. I said to make people think the kidnappers did it so he could keep the money. That's why. And I said it when he was alive. Now, and they hit me in my phone. And I told them don't be sending no messages because messages get people killed, sucker. So yeah, do your research, boy. Yeah, that's the boy Ozone, right? Yeah, that's the boy Ozone. Got to be a... Because ain't no play about me, buddy. Nothing. We go to people blocks when we have problems. If you bother us, we ain't gangsters. We ain't with none of that. We ain't with none of that. But if you think you gonna do something, we ain't worried about nothing or none of that, man. That's definitely gotta be Ozone. He came on here random as hell. I'm leaving him up there. I could have went on and raced him already. But I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna let it roll. Feel like that, you losing your mind. Everybody was shook. Who was shook? We still was outside. Gangsta Lou wasn't shook. He got up there and said, yo, which camera is it? Yo, Poe. Yeah, I might have been Boogaloo, but I'm Gangsta Lou now. Do your research, man. And he still was outside. So that alone take away all that what y'all talking about. Y'all sound crazy. He said I was washing Alpo-The. Hey, yo, these guys is crazy. Go check the interview out, buddy, and check the year that it was out. That's what you do. Lamar said, Poe ain't want no smoke with Gangsta Lou. Because Lou was outside on his block all the time. That's a fact. All the time, baby. And still outside. That's the things that we do. But your boy Big Bootsie, man, make sure y'all share this, man. Man, you watching the movie, man. You a fan. I know you a fan. Go check Queen's Flip out, baby. Nah, I ain't gonna bother him. I like it. I love the haters, man. Make sure you hit that like button too, homie. For real, for real. Because that's what I do. I get paid off people like you. I love it. But yeah, I gotta make moves, y'all. I got things to do. I gotta hit the mean streets. He said I'm wearing his chain though. Damn, this guy's real weirdo. Y'all make sure y'all share it if y'all new in this in the chat, man. Hit that like button for me, y'all. Hit that like button, man. Peace to all my knowledgeable people out there. Epic Eric, that's what's up. Feel I speak. Say salute, King. Stay safe. Always, man. I don't bother nobody. I mind my business. I just come up here with facts. And that's all I'm doing. I ain't got no beef with nobody. We don't need none of that. We get money and have fun. And we building over here, man. But I like people like higher minds, man. Make sure you hit that like button, higher mind. Your boy Big Bootsie, I gotta go. Hit that share button, that like button. Please do. Hit me. The pay the full chain was fake. Stupid. and it wasn't his chain. Stupid. What's wrong with you, man? This internet is powerful, boy. But it ain't powerful enough with us real guys that was really there. Ain't nothing gonna ever override that. Know that. Salute to the suckers, too.